Right, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you could make it. I am currently with Craig and with John at Seattle International Airport. We are live on VATSIM if any of you guys want to come and join us. So you're welcome and enjoy the stream with us. Leave your notes, comments, and just have fun with us, please. I'm sporting a new livery as well, and thank you to Jacques for doing that one for me. And can't wait to get the 700 in the air again. I haven't flown this baby for about a week now, so this is going to be fun. I'll be flying on the Delta call sign because it's in America, and so if you guys are looking for us, you can go on to VATSPY or QtScoop, whatever you're using. We are at Seattle, and then you can track us as well.
Seattle Tacoma International Airport Native Information Foxtrot. 16530. Wind 180 at 3. Visibility 1. Mist. 200 over. Runway 16 left RV on within 6000. Temperature 12. 2.11. Altimeter 3007. Charter visual approach is in use. Boeing field traffic below you on final. Departing runway 16 left. Landing runway 16 center. Runway 16 right upon request. Notices to end. I am a volunteer firefighter. If I disconnect abruptly, please hold.
Thank you, Will. Much appreciated. Yeah, brand new. I love it. I'm blown away every time I get one from Jacques. He is an absolute master at what he does with all my liveries. Seattle approach. Good evening. This is Delta 810 radio check. Well, I don't want to be funny, but that is not on in my book. If you want to do ATC, then you do it properly, but if you want to do it this way, then you shouldn't be here.
Seattle approach, Rhino 718, radio check. Yes,
right,
Seattle
I'm
approach,
requesting
Rhino
pushback.
718, requesting radio check.
Rhino 718, Seattle approach, awaiting you, 555.
Rhino 718.
Hey, Captain. Hey, Johan. Hello, Ryan. Alright, well, our ATC guy has just told us that he does not have voice and he uses electro-larynx to communicate, which is fine by me. Then we're going to try and accommodate him, but it does make for some interesting conversation. So let's do this.
Starting two.
Okay, you go, boy. I'm obviously a little bit behind now, so I'm just gonna catch up.
Flight slow. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear. Terrain. Terrain. Pull up. Obstacle. Obstacle. Pull up.
Adjust vertical speed. Adjust. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Climb now. Climb. Crossing. Climb. Climb. Crossing. Climb. 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 Clear of conflict. Descend. 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 Crossing. Descend. Descend. Crossing. Descend. Descend. Descend now. Descend. Descend now. Increase climb. Increase climb. Increase descent. Increase
Ryan,
descent.
the ATC guy has got a medical condition, a problem.
Hello, Jordan. Craig, how are you doing?
Johan,
Hello.
Johan. Ryan, so the guy's got a medical condition. He speaks through what they call this thing, electro-larynx. That's how he communicates. If you remember, there was a guy called Stephen Hawking. He had the same situation at one point in time. So we're going to try and accommodate the guy, and that's all. And that's my son in the background. Nothing I can do about him. Doesn't want to go to bed so early in the evening, so we just have to live with him. Right, so before we do anything, let's get our IFR clearance. Seattle approach Delta 810, IFR to Spokane as filed, please.
China, Asian. You have led to small plane airport. Clear the mountain 9. Departure. We have enormous 75. Climate maintain 7,000. Estimate flight level 310. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with me. Swarm 1552 1552.
Delta 810 cleared to Spokane as filed on the Mountain 9 departure of runway 16 left and initial altitude 7,000 feet. We will expect a flight level 310 10 minutes after departure, squawk 1552, Delta 810.
China, 810. Waymark correct. Estimate runway 16 left. Push up and start at your discretion. Advise when ready for taxi.
We will advise when ready for taxi, Delta 810, and we expect runway 16 left.
Starting taxi.
Okay, John, We'll catch up soon. Let's quickly have a look at this flight plan. Oh yes, there was this issue. Gee. Alright, interesting approach. This one, you go past the airport, go into the hold, turn back and then land. Very interesting. Okay. I think this is going to be more fun than last night, John, to be honest. We must just get the guys talking.
On 2-1.
Yes.
Seattle approach, good afternoon. It's Ryanair 718 requesting departure.
I think you were on the wrong frequency. You were talking to us here on Discord, Craig. He did not hear you.
Seattle approach, good afternoon. It's Ryanair 718 with you requesting departure as well.
Ryanair 718, Seattle approach. I have not received your flight plan yet, sir.
He hasn't received your flight plan. Did you file it?
Yeah, definitely. Yes, Seattle approach, Ryanair 718 will resend.
Thank you.
What filthy weather.
Yeah. Fortunately, we're going to climb out of it. And like I said, it's like a winter's morning here in Seattle. And we're landing in a summer's afternoon there in Spokane. Righto, let's see quickly. 32, we need to do D-rate to take off 2, but we are going to climb like a bat out of hell because this is a very short flight. So, right, next lady for a shave. Let's go, 5. I'm not going to do all the advanced stuff, guys, so please forgive me. I just want to get going quickly. We did all the advanced stuff earlier today, so this is just a quick startup. Right, that's 124, 126, 129.
Ryanair 718. Landed to Spokane Airport. Clearly, Seattle 7 departure. We have landed Zibo, done advised. Climate maintain 7,000, expect flight level 230, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency with me. Squawk 1531, 1531.
Lined up and rolling.
Seattle approach, Ryanair 718. Can you please send the clearance via text if you don't mind? Thank you.
One 552. That's my spot code.
Shuttle approach, Ryanair 718, clear for departure, Seattle 7.
Expect runway 16 left. Initial altitude 7,000. Expecting flight level 230. Squawking 1531.
Craig, other button.
Shuttle approach, it's Ryanair 718. We're cleared to cleared out on the Seattle 7 departure, squawking 1531. Expecting 7,000 initially, and with the climb to flight level 230. Ryanair 718.
Captain, this is VATSIM. We have, well, I am using the new Swift client. Craig, what client are you using, Squawkbox or Swift?
I'm using the Squawkbox at the moment. Haven't quite installed a new version.
All right, okay. And then we have a disabled ATC controller using a larynx box to actually talk to us. So there's quite a mixture of things that I've never heard on VATSIM.
Shadow approach, Ryanair 718, ready for pushback. Clear to pushback installed, expect runway 16 left, Ryanair 78.
Hey, Kevin. Okay, now this guy said to push left. Oh yeah, my parking brake went off. That's why everything looks funny now. Why must we push left? Oh, sorry, my mistake. We have to because we need to face that way. Obviously. Well, Kevin, yeah, I hope you enjoy it. We've got a couple of new and interesting things happening here on this stream. And, Captain, just as a matter of interest, my friend, VATSIM voice is perfectly good, and it has always been. My experience, even as a VATSIM staff member, has been that the guys who use it don't set up their voice properly on their own machines. Call it ignorance, call it lack of knowledge, call it whatever you want. I have helped a couple of thousand guys in my life set up their voice properly, giving them some IT education, and then we get the voice right. The VoIP is VoIP. The codec is not the trick. The trick is educating the people. You know, it's so easy to blame shift. But obviously on my system, I obviously make sure that everything is set up correctly, and that's the way we trained the guys when I was still VATSIM staff and so on. So I don't know who was supposed to send out the memo, but whoever was supposed to send out the memo to set up audio correctly on VATSIM was fast asleep. He just didn't do his job. So unfortunately, that is part of, or the biggest part of the problem.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit, tow is driving up.
Alright, I'm closing my doors. I know, and it is so sad, Captain. It is so sad that the guys don't take the time to set it up properly, to learn the little basics of IT, just to set it up properly. There's one setting, for instance, in your audio control panel in Windows that will either reduce by 50% or 80% any VoIP that runs on your system. You know, that's the way Windows was designed. And I tell you
all
what, that
doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
that one single thing is the biggest killer of VATSIM enjoyment, and people just don't know about it. You know, that's one of the things. There's a couple of more things, but that's how it rolls, unfortunately. Right, so the instruction was to do the pushback and then to call ready for taxi. So let us see if we are ready for all of that. Let's get cracking over here.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta
Yeah, Captain, it's easy. We'll set you up, don't worry. I will help you out there, easy enough. Right,
We'll start Auburn heading 345 and then descend maintain 3200, 3200 for 673.
There's another traffic guy there, so let's quickly run through everything. We've got all of this. Let's have a look, see outside. We're not gonna bother anybody, and then let's go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
At cruise.
Okay.
23.
Excellent. Right, so I suppose we can then start up. In actual fact, wrong. Number one needs to start first.
Shell approach Ryanair 718, road for taxi. Runway 16 left. Clear runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo and Charlie, and altimeter 3006, Ryanair 718.
Well, my most favorite airplane is the 737-800, the Zibo, and this is my second most favorite one, the 700. And then after that, it's my Jar Design A320 in that order. So I actually need to fly this one a little bit more, but I'm too busy with the 800 really.
Okay, so I've just started taxiing down now to 16 left.
I have you visual. I can check it. There you go.
Tow, stand by.
Do you have scenery for this place, or are you going to do an intersection takeoff from there? Great.
Yeah, no, I don't actually have the scenery.
Oh, because you've just taxied onto the runway on my scenery. That's why I'm asking. You're literally on the runway now.
So is disconnected and
Turn left,
bypass
turn left,
pin has
left,
been
left,
removed.
left.
Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and
There you go.
have a great
It's
flight.
a shame we're not using Join FS.
Yeah, that stupid thing, I need to fix it. Don't know what the hell happened there.
Because that way we could all see each other.
Yeah. John, I'll fix it in the week when I've got time. And then we can do that next weekend. On the other hand, you know what? It might actually be easier to just get you onto VATSIM and get it over with, And there's our pin. Let's quickly
Well, it's
see.
got to happen at some stage, isn't it?
Yeah, flaps 5, green light.
Double 6 instruments, Las Vegas Hotel.
What? Oh, that's not for me. Alright, so let's do the call. Seattle approach, Delta 810, ready for taxi to the active runway 16 left. Hey, Josh. Runway 16 left, taxi via Bravo and Charlie, altimeter 3006. Thank you, sir. Delta 810. Hey, Norman.
Seattle approach, west wind 1990, heavy on the ground in Seattle, looking for clearance to Los Angeles with Foxtrot.
Bravo and Charlie. Where's my charts?
Shuttle approach, Ryanair 718, just short of 16 left, request takeoff.
We've got a convoy.
Yeah, awesome.
London 165, wind 160, 4 degrees, and runway 16 left, clear for takeoff.
Negative, Ryan, I do not own a 747
And
in
Western
X-Plane.
you were cleared to LAX Airport is filed. Sima 1 departure, climb via the SPID, except maintain 7000, expect 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 125.6, clock 1516, and we'll check it out. Left heading 260, we'll expect that energy package final 663.
Hey, Angel.
Expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure, frequency 125.6. We clock in the 1554, that's for Delta 1281, and we'll pick up hotel.
Ryan, I don't fly any unrealistic aircraft.
Start's going to be our discretion. We'll call for taxi and we'll expect one.
Well, yes, you can, definitely. There is a very small VATSIM group here in South Africa. I do not support them, but yes, you can. Angel, I don't know. Again, that's not one of my aircraft that I would ever fly, so I don't even look at it.
718, clear to flight level 150.
cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Yeah, I've mapped my lights incorrectly. I better fix that. That's how they're supposed to be. Seattle approach Delta 810, holding short at holding point Charlie for runway 16, ready for departure. Delta 810, climb, heading 165.
130, will rejoin look line 06.
Climb heading 165, wind 164, 160 at 4, runway 16 left, cleared for takeoff, Delta 810. Thank you, sir.
Approaching 16 left. On runway 16 left.
Toga. Gear up.
Right now, 718 number ATC, contacting Unicom 122, that's late. Thank you ATC and break it even.
1000.
673 is established.
Delta 810 passing 1800.
Good morning, Seattle approach. Hello, Peter, Alaska 60, level 226, descending for the Mariner 7 just south of Victoria. Mariner at about 2,000 at 270 knots, and spot 1512, Alaska 60.
Climb and maintain 15,000, turn left heading 065, Delta 810. Delta 810, also we are turning direct to Nomi. We are going there, so might as well enable my LNAV then. That's all we need.
And Alaska 60 will cross grid at 6,000, cleared ILS 1 center.
Angel, what did you do on Renton? At Renton? Seattle approach, thank you for your ATC service. We're leaving your airspace and radar services terminated. Delta 810.
How you getting on there, John? I'm just about 1 mile from Zelek.
20 miles top of descent.
Ah, Angel, yeah, good idea that. So guys, I made some new ortho scenery from here all the way to Spokane. You guys must check the scenery. It is stunning.
The views over the mountains are fantastic. It's the first time for me flying around here.
Is it? Nice. I've flown this route a few times now. I'm gonna come back and do it plenty more times, especially now with the ortho. It's just stunning. My Navigraph.
Yeah, I must look at that ortho for Seattle.
My Navigraph charts don't want to display in OBS anymore. The Streamlabs OBS, every time they update, they break something and then they fix something. And strange affair. Oh well. Look at this scenery. Look at this. Wow. Now I can't even take screenshots. One day I'm gonna figure out why it works the one flight and not the next flight. One day I'll know.
That's nice, Nico.
Very nice. And I can't even take screenshots. This is so irritating. You know what? I'm gonna configure my explain screenshots quickly.
Right, I'm on descent, so I'm going to go back to that.
There we go. So at least I get something for something. Wow, this is just amazing. Wow. Captain, this is the 700, yes. Alright, I'm almost at top of climb. check the smart livery that I was gifted again today. I am so impressed with this. This is not even funny. This is stunning.
You're making me very jealous there, Nico.
Oh, this is super. Yeah, my little pocket rocket. Yes, John.
I'm going to do some vectoring because he very tight turn on this.
Do that.
As we go.
Angel, if you look at my YouTube channel, there is a very short, very informative video on exactly how to make it. And yes, I've made plenty of South America authors. The recipe is the same. Just watch the video, my friend. You'll hear my sexy voice and you'll love it, and you'll love making the scenery there. So just go for it. It's there on my channel.
Well, you'll hear his voice. Whether it's sexy is another thing altogether.
Well, look, nobody blows my bugle for that, so let me do that. I know my voice is not the sexiest, but it sounds good to say that. So anyway, go watch the video. Go watch. You'll learn. It's gonna take 10 minutes, and then you'll be making ortho. It's easy. It's for ordinary people. You don't need a PhD. And believe it or not, some bloody assholes came and actually gave me so much hell because of that video. I deleted all their comments. Right, okay, so let's see. Top of descent is in 63 nautical miles, so there isn't really time to horse around. Let's quickly start doing our checks and get down. 3,900. That's fine. What's
I don't know whether you've adjusted your route, but the turn at the end is ridiculous.
Don't worry, we shall find it out. Oh, the fresh Prince of Bel Air. You guys better treat him nicely, he's royalty. Right, 100. Light slopes on. 135. Frequencies. What are we talking? Triple 110. The course is 212. 12. 2. And what is our altimeter in that place? We can actually listen in on this one.
Kilo Golf Echo Golf Airport information India 1653 Zulu weather wind 156 at 6 visibility 10 sky condition temperature 23 dew point 12 altimeter 2996 advice on initial contact you have information India Kilo Golf Echo Golf Airport information India 1653 Zulu weather wind 156 at 6 visibility 10 sky condition temperature 23 dew point 12 altimeter 2996 advice on initial contact you have information India.
Don't want to listen to you the whole evening. Right, okay, I'm basically ready for the descent. There's the auto brake. We're not going to arm the spoilers yet. I must just pull back on my hardware throttle and let the aircraft do the throttling itself. And that's it. Now we just wait. Oh, let the guys run to the loo quickly. Move it, boys, move it. Let's have a look-see. Wow. It's a pity that authors sometimes give you these weird colored tiles, you know.
Yeah, that's the only off-put, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where you get a different tile or 2 or 3 in an area. Puts you off a bit.
Oh, well, you know what? We use a camera trick. We just move to the other side. We put it behind us.
Yeah, that's what I tend to do. Look somewhere else.
Yeah. Man, this is a sexy aircraft. Look at this. Wow. Captain, there are 2 main sources. 3 in the US. Bing, Google, and ArcGIS. I've tried most of them, and believe it or not, at some point in time they all have the same quirk. You know, different satellite, different time of day, different lens, you know, whatever you want to call it. Things happen, and there's not much you can do about it, you know. I'm not going to sit and Photoshop each tile.
You should actually just be able to see me, Nico. I can see you behind.
I have nothing on TKSA. What's your altitude?
Yeah, just past them 15,000.
Yeah, no, then I won't see you. The TCAS is limited, I think, to 2,800 foot up and down, so you won't be able to see me either unless you see my contrails.
I just actually looked out the aircraft and you turn it around, you can just see in the distance.
Okay. Here's a nice little airport, yeah. No, John, we need to get you on WhatsApp and get it over with. I think that's the easiest way of doing it. It would have been
I do agree, but what I'm going to ask of you, Nico, is that I sit in and listen to you on it for 2 or 3 times to get the feel.
Sure. What you need to do is like what he did just now. I'll give you all my notes. Remember, I wrote the training manual, right? So I'll give it to you. It's here in Discord. You can just download it. So download the thing, and then go and read through it because it's a parrot situation. The technical differences is just basically the airport name, the call sign that you use, and then the technical changes. But the little poem that you say, doesn't change. It's the same thing over and over again. And if you've got a piece of paper and you write it down quickly, you're gonna pick it up in next to no time. But yes, of course, you can sit in, listen, and then we jump in and you just go do it. What we need to do is I'll ask one of the VATSIM guys to set up, like a tower or something for us where we can go and do training. Where you can feel safe, where you can make a fool of yourself, in a confined space where nobody laughs at you. And, just get the feel for pressing the button and talking, because that's the biggest fear that everybody has. I know when I started, the first time I had to key a mic, I was sweating.
None of us want to feel that we've made a fool of ourselves.
I know, and that's the fear. And the only way to beat it is to set up a tower somewhere, and to Captain, I wrote a manual for VATSIM in South Africa, for VATSAF, that includes the whole rigmarole from, the request in the beginning for a radio check up to the landing on the other side and taxi and getting on the chalk. So, I can share that with you guys. There we go, there's our descent.
Hey, good afternoon, folks. From the cockpit, starting a slow descent at this time. We would like to ask you to return to your seats, fasten up your seatbelts for the duration of the flight. Been a pleasure having you on board with us. Thanks for flying with Delta today. I can fly attendants go ahead and prepare the cabin for our arrival, please.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to refill them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle.
No, VATSIM has got their own VoIP server, so you use the client to actually connect and talk. Okay, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'll have to find a home for this. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Let's make a new folder. Let's call it VATSIM. Okay. So if you guys look at the description below the video and you go to show more, there will be a link to my private hangar. In my private hangar, you are obviously welcome to take whatever you want, because that's what I share with public. And then you will see I've just created a folder and I called it VATSIM, and the pilot manual that I wrote, when was this, in 2017, is in there. So it contains almost everything that you will ever need to know from VATSIM. It does not include the new Swift client because it didn't exist at that time. It was still just a fantasy. But if you go to page 56 and onwards, there is a radio telephony example flying from Johannesburg to Cape Town, and the way we usually do it. Now, this is the ICAO system. It's not FAA system. It's easy enough to quickly change it around and play with it a little bit, but that is, I think, the easiest way to get going. Is just read through it and get a feel for it, and then you can improvise on the fly, as you need to speak to ATC. Okay, so it is in position. You guys can go and fetch it. You're welcome.
lined up to land.
Awesome. Good stuff, Norman. Good stuff. Just remember, this is ICAO based. The FAA is slightly different, but it's not a train smash. I mean, really, it's once you get the idea of the little poem that you have to say, then it's fine. Then you just change the technical specs of it. Craig, how far are you now? Where are you at?
Yeah, I'm just about 30 miles out.
Okay.
Just
Left. That's interesting. Huh? Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on that hold. Left. I don't know why left. That's not left, that's right.
I'm down.
Excellent. Yeah, I want to see how this is going to pan out, because in my mind that doesn't compute. Maybe I'm just stupid, but we'll see when we get there. John, I've increased my hold to a 2-minute hold instead of a 1-minute hold. I think that is one of the things that caught you out there. You said the turn was just too steep, so I've just increased my hold a bit, made it a bit longer. I'll tell you what happens. Well, you'll see it. You'll see what happens.
I'm going to park up and then I'm going to log into you.
Sure.
I've got you visual now, Nico, just to the right of me.
Okay. I'll start worrying when I hear the TCAS go bonkers here, so until then, don't worry about it.
I think you're a good 20 miles from me, to be honest.
Yeah, at least.
I'm parking up at the service. Just get this bird checked out.
Sure. Why? What did you do with her?
Nothing, but it's about time she had a quick look. Oils and God knows what else.
Take some of that.
There's a hangar here. I'm just wondering whether to try and get in it.
Okay. Well, just tell him to look out for those down feathers. You know, we were talking about that earlier.
Get the coffees in, John.
I'm not taking a chance going through that door just in case. I'm just going to park here.
Yeah, they can use a tug to get you inside if they really want to. This is absolutely fascinating stuff to me. He's elusive. I don't know how this aircraft's going to fly this. I can't wait to see how it's going to fly this. I'm looking at the charts and everything tells me that it's not going to do a left turn. It needs to do a right turn and then a left turn. So maybe I'm just dumb, but I'm missing something here. Something is not computing in my mind. We shall see. And if all else fails, we take command and we fly it by hand. Oh, me too. Me too. Time will tell. We shall see what happens just now. Well, that's the Air Force Base and that's our airport right there in front of me now. So we're still on course. We're still where we should be, but feeling a bit uneasy. We shall see now.
Right, on with you now, Nico.
Excellent, Uncle John.
Very pixelated in full screen, mind.
Just press F5 again, refresh it. It needs to go to 1080p, man.
Doesn't improve it that much, but never mind. I'm going to watch on the reduced screen.
Okay.
I'm just going to be making a right-hand turn in about 3 minutes on the final.
Okay.
You vectoring, Craig?
Sounds like he's vectoring himself, yeah.
I am, yeah. I've actually just had an engine out as well, so I'm on one engine, believe it or not.
Oh, I love it.
I've got an engine
Why?
fail.
The question is why?
I've no idea.
Tried starting it back up.
I'll give it a go now.
Well, explain failures on or off. Okay, so what is this bird doing now? Let's give it a minute. Let's see what it's trying to do.
Yeah, that's where I set it at 3900.
Exactly, Captain. No, definitely. We're all confused here. I don't know what it's trying to do. Because it did not, well, according to it, it did get to the waypoint. But it actually didn't. Okay, so I tell you what.
I lost sight on the vectoring.
What we are going to do Let's let it turn around, and then we'll take... Yeah, it's doing a practice hold before the hold. Now it's turning again
I'll
the
stand
other
for
way.
that. I would think so at 10,000 feet.
Let's see what the hell it's doing now. Okay.
That sort of
Oh,
altitude, I'd go back where you started from.
yeah. There it's now decided it needs to start the descent, which is fine, but it's not in the right place.
Visual with the runway. Runway 21.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna just waste a bit of time here, let you land, and then I'll take control and bring her in manually if I have to. But this aircraft is as confused as I am right now, I promise you.
It's not like you, Nico, to come in at this sort of height and arrive at the airport.
It's the way it's designed, and then what happens is you need to descend to between 6,000 and 5,500 and do the hold at Lucif. Once you've done the hold and come out of it, you will be on the ILS supposed to be. So somewhere something went cockeyed. I don't know what happened. It's not getting the right signal somewhere, so we'll fix it. We'll fix it. Don't you worry.
Well, I vectored parallel with the runway, well out, and used VS to get me altitude.
Well, I'm going to start vectoring myself here, but I don't need the VS right now. I can actually use the VNav. It's still operational, so we will
ended
use
up at
it.
3900 once I'd locked on the approach.
Sure. So I'm just gonna bug out a little bit to get a proper turn going, and then I'll come back and we'll join the ILS. So Craig, I'm waiting for your notice that you are off the runway, clear of the active, and then I'll make a plan to come in. It does look good, yeah. Oof, look, there's a racing track there below me. Wow.
That's the reason why you've messed it up. You want to have another scenery.
I'm a pilot. Every go around means something to me. You know, it's more flying time. More and more flying time.
Damn the passengers waiting for the holiday.
I've got a couple of aviation photographers on here. They are loving it and they're telling me to go, boy. So I'm going.
I knew you'd find an excuse.
I'm treating my aviation buff passengers to a good trip now.
Nico, it's all yours.
Thank you so much.
At least there's no banging into each other.
I had to disconnect my second engine once.
Oh, just check your engine. Well, check your explain failures. Make sure they're off, and never run it into the red. So maybe you overstressed it a bit as well.
Else it'll be two engines.
Yeah, he lost both. Well, Craig, buddy, it was good knowing you. You know.
I've got a feeling I might have miscalculated on the fuel, to be honest.
Ooh. Okay,
excuse me, what did you just say?
Guys, you heard it here live on Skymatic's YouTube channel.
Craig,
that's me, John.
There's no fuel upstairs.
You'll park at the Shell Ultra City and quickly put a couple of £1,000.
There's no in-flight refueling, you know, with the 738.
I think I overstressed it on takeoff, to be honest. I went full power.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. We need to teach you about VNav now. Things like that. Alright, I see we've gone past our glide slope, so we can actually turn around now. See, VNAV's brought me perfectly
Oh,
down
you
to
going
5.5.
round again?
Negative. I'm turning back to the ILS now. But we have lovely scenery, and man, this is really beautiful.
I love that spelling, Captain Birdseye. Captain Birdseye.
Some guys are very creative. I tell you, if I had half a creative brain like that, I would make money.
I mean, how can you not pronounce that as Captain Birdseye? I know there's no T in there, but you automatically just say Captain Birdseye.
But there's no T. It's Captain. Captain Birdseye.
He's
a pirate.
I know.
He's a pirate.
Captain Birdseye.
Yeah.
He's Captain Birdseye.
I know. Even us dumb Afrikaners can understand that.
Captain Birdseye. That's a negative.
No, it was. It is part. Look, let me get on the ground. I'll show you guys. It's part of the plan. The way the star works is you overfly the runway and then you go into that hole there. But there's something that I don't understand about it, and very clearly the aircraft also did not understand. So this is where a real-world pilot who flies the 737 will have to tell us what, where, why not, those kind of things.
1,000 to go.
Let me show you quickly. I can't. Hold on, let me just get on the ground. I'll show you in a moment.
Okay.
The one day, I don't know if you can remember, you and me, John, and I think it was David, we flew into Ciampino in Rome. And I made a comment to Twixter and I said to him, damn, that was interesting, and I've got it all on video because I couldn't get that approach right. So he actually went and he flew it and he sent me a message back and he said to me, Nico, if you did this and this, it would have worked. You know, so that's probably what it's going to boil down to. I did something unexpected.
That's a valid point. Maybe it gets confused when it sees a waypoint twice.
Well, it has to see it twice because the one is the actual waypoint and the other one is the hold to the waypoint.
Yeah.
Okay, so the hold, depending on where you fly, yes, you get holds. If you come into Stansted in UK, Stansted runway 22 on the one arrival coming from Europe there, you get, and there I forgot to go on to the approach mode, so there we go, there we hands on stick. There is a hold right before runway 22 because the ATC brings you in, the hold is at 12,000 foot and then you need to drop down to 2,000 foot to get onto the ILS at Stansted. So that's part of the absolute normal procedure. But this one caught me by surprise. I'm going to have to find out what I did wrong here.
I'm going to have a look at that Stansted, do it myself.
Yeah. I love that one because you come in there over the channel and then they put you into that hole and then you drop, you bleed your altitude off. Because if you try and cut the hold out, then there's like 8,000 foot that you need to drop in a matter of 2 minutes or something. So it's very important to do the hold.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Burchell.
Approaching 2-1.
I did not read the procedure. Does that answer your question? Somewhere there must be a description, but I did not read. I did not follow through on the proper planning.
2 approaching minimums. 100 minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
– 85 foot. That was too soft. Way too soft. The hell did I do now? Hello. Did I break something now? Ooh. Now I've got the same problem as somebody else reported. Now I can't move. Let's have a quick look here. Tire wouldn't have blown because it was so soft. It's not that.
There you go. Try and put your parking brake back on.
Yeah.
Back on and release.
Yeah. I'm trying all kinds of things right now.
I just had that myself.
I know,
So
you
I
said.
managed it eventually.
Yeah,
Eventually, it suddenly just released and started work. Whether something was going on in the background.
I don't know. The sim isn't frozen. Everything seems to be working properly.
The engines are working, the reversers are working. Everything's working apart from releasing the brakes.
Very interesting. I've never had this. This is a first for me.
Just leave it for about 30 seconds and I think you'll find it'll release.
Okay, let's leave it. So while we're waiting for this, let me quickly show you my chart here. Then we can perhaps read together. Display capture. Right, so this is the procedure, and basically what you need to do is there's the hold procedure. Alright. The way that Navigraph showed it to me is like this. You basically come over the airport and then you do your whole thing and then you come back and do the ILS. So yeah, this is also 3.3 Captain, so maybe this is a 3.3 issue. Maybe this is something that Zibo needs to fix. Alright, so again, that is the description that you can see then. If you actually look at the chart, you can see that hold is definitely in there. Alright, so next time I'm flying this one.
On runway 21.
Okay, I think this is the clue. Have a look here. When we hit KGEG, we were supposed to leave at the radial of 0 to 5 there, or heading 0 to
Bye,
5.
Angel.
Cheers, Angel. So maybe that's part of the problem. We didn't actually follow this. We expected the aircraft to know this, and it didn't. I think this might be, yeah, Captain, yes. This might be the clue here. We were supposed to leave and follow this route, then go down and then enter from that side. That's why the aircraft got confused, because we didn't actually fly it. We came in directly, and the aircraft did exactly what Navigraph showed. Yeah. See, it went past. We were supposed to hit that VOR over there, then bug out, then go out, and then come back in and enter the hold. I think that's the problem. We didn't realize that we had to break out there. That's the problem. It's easy as that. We needed to leave. We were not supposed to go from there directly to there. That's the problem. We were not supposed to do that. Peter push back. That's a plan and a half, that. Let's see if we can do something now. I'm wondering, John, if it happened to you and if it happened to Captain, this is a bug, my friend. This is something that our best friend Lubos needs to fix for us.
Yeah, but I don't know why mine released in the finish, Nico.
I don't know. I usually
I basically did exactly what you've done.
Yeah, and then it went.
But I did put it. Try put it. Oh, you've had it in reverse.
I
put it in reverse and cancel.
No, we're stuck here. We're literally stuck. Look, we can't be the first people to have this. We just didn't know about the other people who had it before us. So, anyway, that's enough of that. You'll see, Lubos, tomorrow or the next day there's a new fix. Probably tomorrow, and then everything will be fine again. Let's have a replay. Man, that looks nice. Yeah, Norman, I think that's a good idea. You guys can jump out and push, all you aviation buffs, with your cameras and everything. Take some screenshots there. Put your 1 foot on the one tire, make like a big game trophy.
Hook it up to a little Fiat. It'll pull it off the runway.
Little Fiat? That 1200 Palio or something like that.
The 1000.
Oh, or the 800 Fire. I don't know if you guys had them in the UK.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It won't take much pulling. I mean, the fact that brakes are seized on, I mean...
Yeah. Anyway, you know what? I'm not going to replay more. Guys, it was lovely having you here. Thank you so much for having a laugh with us. We try and keep it real on this channel. We're not here to pretend anything. So thank you so much for joining us, and we hope to see you guys soon again. For those of you into GA, I'll be doing the GA Cessna 182 again tomorrow at some point in time, so you're welcome to join me here. Otherwise, for the rest of you that find it boring, we'll check you guys in the week on Twitch with the Zibo, or otherwise on the weekend again with the Zibo. Thanks, Captain. Thanks, Norman, Angel, everybody, Kevin, George, whoever was here.
Bye all.
Bye-bye, guys.